realize it, but down the stretch, they won 17 out of 21, and they are one of 4 teams, just 4 teams that were top 10 in both offense and defense during the regular season. They split the season series 2-2. Here we are, 1-0. Wolves starting game number 2, and the rebound goes to Mike Conley. The Lakers got off to a good start the other night, but really fell apart in the second quarter and never really challenged. They did a little bit later on in the game.
Well, you can see their defense is extended a little bit more than it was in game 1.
Former Laker Julius Randle, tough shot. And Gobert will tap it out. Getting a hand on it was Jax. But they got a fresh 14. Here's the hero from the other night. McDaniels going to shoot and score again.
He has been a difference maker for this Minnesota team after game 1.
Just the 6th time all year that he's led the team in scoring. He did it the other night. Took a long time for Austin to get on track. In fact, Luka needs help, like you mentioned, from anybody, anywhere. Here's LeBron. He's going to lob it under the Hayes, and he lays it up and in.
Nice patience by LeBron. He was going at a snail's pace, waiting for Gobert to commit one way or the other.
Remember, just 2 games separated the 3rd through 8th seed. There was just a game separating these 2. Anything could have gone any which way. But that's the 3 and 6 seeds don't mean a whole lot, except the Lakers started with home court, but they've relinquished that. Gobert under the second chance points the other night, 23 of them. So they got to do better on the defensive boards.
Yeah, and that's the length of this Minnesota team. They are long.
Luka getting physical there. Reeves for 3. Not going to get there, and the rebound goes to Rudy Gobert. 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, 7-time All-Defense. Here's Mike Conley, never been to the NBA Finals, never gotten past the Conference Finals. Trying to move on Rui. Now Julius. Didn't play in the playoffs last year. All the way, lays it up and in. Remember, he was hurt when he was a member of the Knicks last season.
I mean, he can be a tough cover, because especially if you allow him to get in the mid-post.
Doncic, bad pass. And or Hayes wasn't looking on the roll. Either way, it's a turnover for the purple and gold. They're down 4-2. Taken away, but it goes right to Randle. McDaniel thought about it. Again, he hasn't missed. He just hasn't missed in the last couple of games. This is a tough shot. Finally. And it's taken by Luka.
The Lakers have to make sure they value every possession.
Doncic banked it in.
I don't think he called bank,
no
but
chance.
It goes on the board just the same.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Anthony Edwards called out the Laker crowd the other night, said it was no big deal as McDaniels misses. So I think a lot of this Laker crowd read that, heard that. They're noisy to start this one. LeBron underneath, great pass, he scored.
Wow, good recognition as LeBron ran down quickly, and Mike Conley had to take him. Big size advantage in favor of LeBron.
First time he's ever faced the Wolves in a playoff series, one of only 7 teams that LeBron had not played against. That's not a good shot by Randle. Good defense by Rui and the Lakers. Underneath is Hachimura. The fake. Can't score, but he's fouled. And a career-high 102 3-pointers.
The Lakers off to a 5-point advantage to start the game. 8:19 left here in the first.
They had the advantage in free throws in game 1, 14 out of 16. Minnesota was 8 out of 10. That happens often when the Lakers win the free throw battle. Anthony Edwards. Conley wide open. They leave him wide open. Underneath, boy, there's a wrestling match. That's going to be on the Lakers. They were intense ear for ear. And so they were wrestling right there. Edwards, 2 flying by. And Hayes blocks it.
Nice recovery by Jackson Hayes after leaving his feet on the first one.
Yeah, Minnesota was confused why Hayes didn't play more. They even said it in their postgame. He's the only guy that they say can protect the rim. Luka going one-on-one with Gobert. He loves that matchup. That's not going to be a foul on Gobert, but it's Indiana. And he earned a place in all the hearts of... Of course, Ant led the NBA in 3-pointers. Doncic wanders into the paint and scores.
Well, they've got a problem when they try to overplay Luka, and he gets the ball. He recognizes right away he's got a lane.
Edwards on the outside again, over 300 3-pointers this season. Randall working on LeBron. From the outside, Julius hits it.
When Julius is making that shot, you know you got issues.
He's got 9 double-doubles in 16 previous playoff games in his career. Luka going right around Gobert, and again he draws the foul. Michael Jordan. Just like the other night. Good start for the Lakers. Again, it was the second quarter where Minnesota really turned it on. They won the last 3 quarters of the game. DiVincenzo.
This is one of the guys, though, that they've got to keep in check off the bench.
DiVincenzo cannot lose. Doncic with 5, with 4. Randall's going to have to shoot it again. At the baseline over Reeves. Good Laker defense. Gobert had it, and it's dropped out of bounds.
Wow, it looked like they knocked it out of Rudy's hands.
Certainly did. But the Lakers got the basketball in really quick.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
That takes away the challenge.
It's like trying to run a play in the NFL before the flag can come out from the coach. Just snap it. Doncic. Little mid-range rainbow. Good tap out by Finney-Smith. Dorian played a lot of minutes the other night, more than anybody off the bench. Wasn't even close, actually. He had 33 minutes. Lakers, once again, this is their 3rd time on this trip down the floor, trying to spin around McDaniels, who will go. Good pass underneath the Finney-Smith. He didn't want anything to do with that, so it's over to Reeves.
And Austin's one of those that really has level of play offensively.
Last couple of playoff seasons, he's averaged just shy of 17 in both of them. Of course, he upped his scoring game this year. That's going to be out of bounds. Anthony Edwards has not gotten on track yet, as we are, with 5.5 to play here in the quarter. Reeves confronts 3 defenders. Vincent, corner! Drifting, shooting, scoring!
And that's not an easy shot, because he never did really jump straight up and come straight down. That was one of those drifting shots. Those are difficult.
Let's do that. Matches his output from game 1. Knocked from behind by Doncic underneath. Rudy Gobert misses. Lakers trying to break out. DiVincenzo, now it's a 3-on-1, making a 2-on-1. Reeves can't hit.
Yeah, Austin is struggling.
Big time. He's 0 for 4. 0 for 4 here.
Some bleeding going on there. He stops in the tunnel area there and sits down and lets them get a closer look at what the issue is.
Ball out of bounds. DiVincenzo won 2 NCAA championships, has an NBA championship to his credit. Plenty of time for Alexander Walker. There's DiVincenzo launching. Got to get a lucky bounce. Does not, but the rebound almost went to Naz. Naz Reid, he's had some great games against the Lakers. Last game in the regular season, he was just 1 for 10. Doncic dominantly goes, scores!
Nice job by protecting the ball